Ladies and gentlemen, the next L train will depart in approximately 1 minute.
At the 7th pick in the 1990 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Lionel Simmons from LaSalle.
Lionel Simmons surprising nobody going to Sacramento. A small forward, he is a scorer.
Kenny Smith knocks it away. Lionel Simmons takes it inside for two. Bonner back outside the L train. Lionel Simmons. Lionel Simmons hits it from the outside. Ball knocked around, kicked a little bit by Simmons. He shoots it up for two.
Lionel Simmons, South Philly. 301 Washington in the projects. That's how it starts.
What was it like growing up here?
Rough, like any other inner city. Crime, a lot of bad people, a lot of good people. It's a struggle to get out, and everybody is on the same path to try and getting out. I went to Southwark my 9th and 10th grade year, and then transferred to Southern, which was the bigger school of Southwark, and played at Southern. I played for Southern 4 years, 3 years varsity, 1 year JV. And we had a good team. My freshman year, my 9th grade year, we had a pretty good team. But my sophomore year, we had Jody Johnson, who was really good, and Darren Carr, who is Donnie Carr's brother, who was really, really good. And those were probably the two best players on the team my sophomore year. We went to the playoffs, and I'll never forget, we lost to Mastbaum with Magic Cromwell and Munchie Mason. They beat us at home my sophomore year. Junior year, that's well documented. That was Hank and the guys. They beat up on us pretty good. They were a really good team, a lot of good players, and we were good too, but they were just a lot better than us.
It was really a blowout here by dark-shirted Dobbins, 28-2, and the #1 team in the country. What a great goal there by Gaithers.
When you're warming up and you lay it up and you run back down the other court and you can see the other team, and I remember looking down and I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. Because they were good, they were big and strong. We had all played against them, but we had never seen them collectively together. And we beat a really good Ben Franklin team who had a lot of good players with Pooh Richardson and Snoop. They had a lot of good players, but we beat them, and we thought, okay, now we'll be up against Dobbins. We have a shot at beating them, but we learned a lot from it. And next year, we took it out on the next team, and the year after that, Southern won it the year after that as well. Back of there was the big guy in Philly. He was going to Nova. He was the All-American. He was the McDonald's. He was the main guy. So they set up a game to play them, but we played Carroll with Beckenham. We might have beat them by 40, and I know I had 40. So that was kind of like a win for us. But then we went on and lost to Roman, and I think Roman was the only team that beat us that year. But they had a lot of good players. They had Ernie Pollard and Sauce, who was their point guard, who was really good, and we didn't lose anymore and went on to beat U City in the championship, who was a really good team, was ranked in the city high as well. That was time to pick a school, and I known I wanted to stay local for some time. Again, talking to my coaches, they always said, man, you can be good in other places, but it's another thing to be good in your hometown. So that always played in part to me deciding to stay in Philly and go to LaSalle.
The decision came to be made that LaSalle would be the right school. And I feel as though with the new coach, I can come in, being a good player, playing Speedy Mars, and hopefully have a good college career.
It was good. It was easy for me. It was an easy transition because I knew everybody. I was familiar with the surroundings, and it was just a matter of going to a little stiffer competition, which I felt like I was ready because I had played against, most of the guys that I played against was always older than me. Like I'm 49 now, or I'll be 49 in a couple weeks, but everybody's already 50 or 51 that I was playing against. So I didn't really care about the age. That didn't really matter to me. It was just a matter of going up against bigger, stronger, more competitive guys. And
Overton, underneath for Simmons. The foul and the basket foul.
He did deliver. Lionel Simmons had an easy one, takes it inside and does one of those loop-de-loop jobs.
When I got to LaSalle, I knew I was ready. I had my tutelage from my Sunny Hill guys, and Speedy was a good coach and kind of steered me and taught me how to play.
Simmons made everything better. finishing as the Big Five's all-time leading scorer, the city's only 3,000-point scorer, and the National Player of the Year in 1990.
Well, the Big Five just kind of had its own little city series thing, and then again, Drexel was kind of like made it this Big Six, like, if you will.
Well more than 20 feet. That was from 2 feet. Slam dunk for Lionel Simmons.
I think LaSalle and Temple at one point was in Atlantic 10 together, and then some of the teams may have been in the same conference, but they was always separated and made the Big Five game stand out, which was like a city series game, which made it a bigger, more rivalry type of game.
Simmons over Rebos.
But as a fan, as a high schooler going to the bigger league, that was it. Just to see the lines and lines of people to get in, and everybody's coming to this marquee game, and in this little gym, and they're going to pack it, and you're going to see Sixers, you're going to see the coaches, you're going to see college coaches, you're going to see everybody that's somebody in Philadelphia basketball at those bigger league games.
And the coach, and his assistant, T. Shields.
It was crazy just because that was, you know, the mecca of basketball, in my opinion, for a lot of years was the big league. North Philly had a lot of more credibility, I'd say. I don't necessarily agree they had all the talent, but they had a lot more publicity, a lot more notoriety at the time. It was basically West Philly and North Philly that was basketball talk, but we had our little haven over here where we had a lot of talent too, and we had our time to shine as well. Well, just to backtrack, going to Southern, Nate was the guy. Nate was the guy that everybody talked about in South Philly. Nate was the man. So Nate played for Sunny Hill, T and Claude, so that was the path that the South Philly guys were taking. Just like myself, I went to play in the Sunny Hill League, and I went to Southern and kind of wanted to follow and do a lot of the things that Nate did in terms of being really good in the city and being able to stay home and do really well. So a lot of guys were taking this path. So playing for T and Claude was the best thing that ever happened for me because I had a big guy with T who taught rebounding and taught toughness. And then I had Claude who was just like, taught you how to kill players, like go out and kill them and go get your points. And it didn't matter who you playing against, how big they were, how tall they were. When you finished talking with Claude, he made you believe that you could beat him. And all the guys took that up there. We were less talented. At least he led us to believe we were less talented. And to this day, well not now, but he would always tell us we never had the talent. And we believe we had talent, but he didn't say it. But we worked hard, and he just gave us, those two guys, T and Clark, gave me a mentality of toughness, of how to score and how to be the man and how to carry yourself being a man. And I owe a great debt of gratitude to those guys. I remember, this is off the track a little bit, but Bo, they had a one-on-one tournament my senior year, and our senior year, and Bo, he would come up to LaSalle. LaSalle was the place where you come up to work out. Everybody would come to LaSalle. And Bo, we would play one-on-one. And I can tell you, I beat Bo 99, if we played 99 times, I beat him 99 times. We get to this tournament in Atlantic City. Now the scouts are there. It's right before the draft, so I'm trying to, and I'm probably making excuses too, but I'm working on my J because they saying I don't have a jumper. So I'm working on my jump for the draft. I decided to work on it. I think we're playing for $100,000.
Three-point line in the NBA. And Simmons comes right back and counters with another win.
And I decided to work on my J. And I can hear my coaches and Bobby and all my guys and saying, take him down low, back his ass down.
4-0.
And I'm just, I'm worried about the draft. And Bo beat me in I think it was the semifinals or something, and went on to win that one-on-one tournament. I get to the day, I get steamed because it was $100,000. I can't believe I kept shooting jump shot. But Bo was a bad boy, and but he was a little shorter than me, and he had a jumper game. He could play now. Back then, it was inside, so I was just trying to back him down and score. But back then, in that tournament, for some reason, I worked on my J, and Bo wasn't a stopper, so it wasn't that I was worried about Bo stopping me, but Bo couldn't be stopped. So it was kind of like, you better try to go at him because you know he's coming at you. And again, he could shoot it from half court. He could shoot out one leg. He would dunk on you. He would dunk more with his left hand than his right hand. He was kind of like he always went off the wrong foot. And that just made him that much more difficult to guard. And Gary was too small. He did to Gary Payton what I was supposed to do to him. He just backed him down and backed him down. It wasn't even a contest. That was a good learning experience for me. Never get away from what works, and I got away from it that game. To this day, I think about that $100,000. God dang, I gave away $100,000.
You had that 100,000
I
down.
only had that $100,000 now, man. God damn.
Philadelphia Black Basketball Hall of Fame. Lionel Simmons just went into the College Basketball Hall of Fame this year. I think we should stand up and pay respect to him.
It's humbling to go to any Hall of Fame, and it was very, very humbling. I went in with a lot of great players that I looked up to, Jamal Wilkes and Mark Aguirre, Dominique Wilkins. It's like, that's the shit, and what am I doing here? So it was very, very humbling, and but I know that you don't get there without a lot of help, and I was helped a lot along the way with playing with great point guards and having really good coaches, and guys sacrifice a lot of their game to better my game, and that's the only way you can make any Hall of Fame or be successful in anything is having other people help you. And I was fortunate enough to been coming around at a time where I had good point guards and good coaches.
He took a skill and a know-how and turned it into a talent. Ain't that beautiful? They turned it into a talent. He got 3,217 points. In his career, y'all never see that in your life. If you shot a basket every 15 minutes. All-American 4 times. Player of the year. Just went in the Hall of Fame, College Hall of Fame. Wow. You can't beat that. He didn't win no NCAA chip. What did he win? Ready to get his chip? He did not win. He played in the NBA for 9 years. 17-9, we're gonna look at the stats. 17-9. This guy is one of the greatest young men that I've met, and I watched him play from the future of our 9th, 10th graders to 11th, 12th graders.
In Philly at the time, the guys that were in the league was, I know Tim Perry Tim was in, Pooh was in, Hank and Bo ended up my year because they transferred, so me and him came out the same year. And those are the two guys from my era that I remember being in the league, being on the team, and being able to say, "Damn, they in the league. We got to get through. I got to get to where they at. They in the league. My time's coming." A year later, I was a lottery pick and was in the league. Looking forward to playing against those guys.
And Bo came right. Got you after that.
I was 7. Bo was 8.
This afternoon, I got a call from Sacramento. Coach Dick Mata called, and he said they were very interested in drafting me, and they said it was probably a 75% chance of going there if they didn't make any trades.
Richmond back outside. Simmons top of the key. He'll drive it inside, and without Elijah on, there's no fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next L train will depart in approximately 1 minute.
All over the world, everybody join in.